Imagine walking into a crowded room. You don't need to speak loudly, boast, or demand attention, yet every head turns in your direction. There's an undeniable energy about you, a quiet confidence that sets you apart. Now picture the opposite scenario. You enter the same room, but no one notices. You blend into the background, overlooked and forgotten. What separates these two realities? It's not luck, looks, or even natural charm. The difference lies in how you carry yourself, the way you've deliberately shaped yourself into a man of value. Many men never reach this level because they waste time chasing approval, settling for mediocrity, and following advice designed to keep them weak. But not you. You're here for something greater. This isn't just another video. It's a roadmap to reclaiming your power, commanding respect, and becoming the kind of man that others admire. If you're ready to elevate your life, leave a comment saying, "I'm ready." Watch this until the end, because what you're about to hear could change everything. The harsh reality. Most men ignore. Let's be clear, this won't be sugar-coated. If you felt invisible, underestimated, or stuck in the shadows, understand this, it's not by accident. The modern world is designed to keep men complacent. Society encourages you to play nice, be agreeable, and avoid confrontation. You're told to compromise, settle, and suppress your natural drive. And what's the result? A generation of men afraid to take risks, afraid to lead, and hesitant to embrace their masculinity. But here's the truth no one tells you. Men who hold real power don't follow the script handed to them. They write their own. This video will break down 12 core principles that every high-value man must master. These aren't just quick tips. They're battle-tested strategies rooted in timeless wisdom, psychology, and real-world results. If you take these principles seriously, you'll gain the tools to reshape your mindset, upgrade your relationships, and create a life that commands respect. But a word of warning, this won't be easy. You'll be challenged. You'll have to confront your weaknesses and take full responsibility for your choices. If you're not ready for that, this video isn't for you. But if you're ready to step into your power and build a life on your own terms, then hit that subscribe button. Your support helps spread this message to more men who need it. Drop a comment below saying, "I'm ready," and let's begin. 1. Command respect by owning your principles. A man who commands respect doesn't need to shout, demand attention, or prove himself to anyone. His presence alone speaks for him. He moves with certainty, speaks with conviction, and stands by his beliefs unapologetically. Now, contrast this with the man who constantly adjusts his words, opinions, and actions to avoid conflict or gain approval. One earns admiration, the other fades into the background. At the foundation of true confidence is something called a personal frame, your set of beliefs, values, and principles that shape how you see the world and how you expect to be treated in return. High-value men establish their frame and refuse to let circumstances or social pressure dictate their decisions. They live by their standards, not by someone else's expectations. Yet most men unknowingly surrender this power. The moment they face resistance, they second-guess themselves. They make endless compromises to fit in, to avoid rejection, or to keep the peace. But in doing so, they don't win respect. They lose it. This happens most frequently in relationships. A man meets a woman, and suddenly, his priorities shift entirely. He stops doing what he loves, changes his habits, and agrees to things he doesn't want just to keep her happy. He believes he's being a good partner, but in reality, he's eroding his own identity. The more he bends, the weaker his presence becomes, and soon, the respect he once had disappears. If you want to command respect, define your core values and personal boundaries. Take time to write down 5 principles that are non-negotiable, things you will never compromise on. Then, set 5 clear boundaries, limits you refuse to let anyone cross, no matter the situation. From this moment forward, before making any decision, ask yourself, does this align with my values? Does this uphold my boundaries? If the answer is no, stand firm. No explaining, no apologizing, just a clear and confident decision. People, especially women, are naturally drawn to men who are unwavering in their beliefs. A strong frame signals leadership, and leadership is the foundation of both attraction and influence. The moment you give up your principles to gain approval, you weaken your presence. Instead, stay grounded, own your identity, and watch as the world responds to you with the respect you deserve. 2. Master the power of emotional control. Picture a man who never lets his emotions get the best of him. No matter what life throws at him, insults, rejection, unexpected setbacks, he remains calm, collected, and in control. While others react impulsively, he responds with precision and strength. This level of emotional mastery isn't just impressive, it's a defining trait of a high-value man. Now, think about the opposite. A man who snaps at minor inconveniences, crumbles under pressure, or lets frustration dictate his decisions. Instead of being respected, he's seen as unstable, unreliable, and weak. If you can't control your emotions, you can't control your life, and the world will treat you accordingly. Here's the truth. Emotional instability destroys respect. Whether in relationships, business, or friendships, people quickly lose admiration for a man who can't regulate his emotions. Outbursts of anger, desperation, or insecurity signal weakness, and weakness is never admired. So how do you take control? Start by identifying your emotional triggers. What sets you off? Rejection, criticism, feeling ignored. Once you recognize these patterns, you can start training yourself to respond differently. For example, if someone criticizes you publicly, the average man reacts emotionally. He gets defensive, lashes out, or withdraws. But a man in control? He pauses, processes, and replies with confidence. Instead of reacting, he might say, "That's an interesting perspective. Tell me more." This simple shift turns the situation in his favor. It shows confidence, keeps him in control, and forces the other person to rethink their stance. Another key to emotional control: detach from external validation. If your self-worth is based on how others treat you, you will always be at their mercy. High-value men don't seek approval. They live with purpose, and their confidence comes from within. Mastering your emotions doesn't mean suppressing them. It means owning them. The moment you gain control over your emotions, you gain control over your choices. And once you master your choices, you shape your destiny on your own terms. 3. Becoming the man everyone notices. Picture yourself entering a room, and without uttering a word, people take notice. There's a natural pause, a subtle shift in energy, as their attention instinctively gravitates toward you. This kind of presence isn't about demanding attention, it's about attracting it effortlessly. If that's not happening for you, it's time to refine how you carry yourself. Many men mistakenly believe that presence is about being loud, flashy, or dominating conversations. In reality, it's something much deeper. True presence is built from inner confidence, purpose, and the way you engage with the world. When you cultivate these qualities, you won't need to seek attention, it will come to you. Own your space with purpose. Your body language speaks before you do. Do you stand with confidence, or do you unconsciously shrink yourself? Those who command attention move with intention, shoulders squared, chin slightly raised, and strides purposeful. Walking isn't just about getting from one place to another, it should reflect direction and ambition. Move as if you are heading towards something meaningful. Eye contact is another powerful yet often misused tool. Some avoid it out of nervousness, while others overdo it in an attempt to establish dominance. The key is balance, connect, don't intimidate. When speaking, hold eye contact just long enough to create a bond. When listening, let your gaze show genuine engagement. Speak with authority, not volume. Your voice is an extension of your presence. A man who speaks too quickly or fills his sentences with and like sounds uncertain. The secret? Slow down, speak clearly, let pauses add weight to your words. Silence, when used intentionally, creates anticipation and makes people lean in to hear what you have to say. To refine this skill, practice recording yourself speaking on a subject you're passionate about. Play it back and analyze. Does your tone exude confidence? Is your pacing steady? The more you refine your delivery, the more naturally commanding your presence becomes. Make others feel drawn to you. The way you interact with people determines how they perceive you. Presence isn't just about being noticed, it's about being remembered. People gravitate toward those who make them feel valued and understood. Instead of just waiting for your turn to speak, truly listen. Show engagement through nods, thoughtful expressions, and meaningful questions. Another secret to being magnetic? Don't reveal everything too soon. A sense of mystery draws people in. Instead of laying out your entire story at once, let others discover different aspects of you over time. Curiosity will keep them coming back. Appearance. A reflection of self-respect. How you present yourself speaks volumes before you say a word. Like it or not, people judge based on appearance. Well-fitted clothing, neat grooming, and small details, like polished shoes, signals self-respect and attention to detail. You don't need designer labels, just a style that fits you and shows you take yourself seriously. Elevate your presence, elevate your life. Developing a magnetic presence isn't an overnight transformation, but each small improvement adds up. As you refine your posture, speech, and interactions, you'll notice something incredible. People will start gravitating towards you naturally. And once you cultivate this presence, it won't just impact your social life, it will change the way you navigate the world. The power of being less available. Scarcity creates value. If something is always accessible, it loses its appeal. Consider why rare diamonds or limited edition watches command such high prices. They're not easy to obtain. The same rule applies to your time, energy, and attention. When you're always available, you unknowingly diminish your worth. Too many men make the mistake of being constantly reachable. They respond to messages instantly, clear their schedules for anyone who asks, and never hesitate to drop what they're doing to accommodate others. How exceptional men operate. Men who command respect and success don't settle for anything less than they deserve. They refuse to accept mediocrity because they recognize their full potential. However, improving your life isn't just about demanding better circumstances, it's about transforming into the kind of man who naturally attracts better opportunities. If you want excellence in any area of life, you must first embody that level of excellence yourself. Prioritize your health, your foundation for everything. Your physical well-being affects your confidence, energy, and overall performance. If you neglect it, you're setting yourself up for failure. High-caliber men prioritize fitness as an essential part of their routine. Make exercise a permanent fixture in your schedule, fuel your body with nutritious food, and ensure you get enough rest. These aren't small changes, they are fundamental steps towards self-mastery. Develop financial intelligence and independence. Are you barely scraping by, or are you actively building wealth and financial security? Success isn't just about earning more, it's about managing what you have wisely. High achievers educate themselves about money, invest strategically, and create long-term financial plans. If you're struggling financially, take control. Read, learn, and develop habits that lead to financial freedom. Surround yourself with people who push you forward. Examine your social circle. Do the people around you challenge and inspire you, or do they drag you into negativity and stagnation? The company you keep plays a crucial role in your growth. If you're constantly surrounded by excuses, gossip, and complacency, it's time to distance yourself and seek connections that elevate your mindset and ambitions. Establish clear boundaries and enforce them. Men who respect themselves Don't allow others to take advantage of them. If someone oversteps your boundaries, let them know. If they ignore your limits, walk away without hesitation. This isn't about arrogance, it's about self-worth. The moment you stop tolerating disrespect, you'll notice a change. People will either adjust to your new standards or remove themselves from your life. Either way, you come out stronger. Take action. Where have you been settling? Grab a notebook and write down 3 areas of your life where you've been compromising. Be completely honest with yourself. Then list 1 immediate step you can take to elevate your standards. If your career isn't fulfilling, commit to learning new skills and seeking better opportunities. If your physical health is suffering, join a fitness program and stick to a structured routine. If your relationships are draining you, have the necessary conversations to address issues or walk away from toxic connections. Your standards shape your reality. Improving your life isn't about making one big change. It's about consistently choosing to expect more from yourself. Every decision you make either keeps you stuck or moves you forward. As you gradually elevate your expectations and actions, you'll notice a shift. Life will start aligning with the new standards you've set. 6. Build your life around your mission, not relationships. Many men unknowingly prioritize relationships over everything else, structuring their entire lives around keeping a partner happy. They sacrifice their own ambitions, constantly seeking approval, only to find themselves lost when the relationship falls apart. If you've been doing this, it's time for a new approach, one that puts your mission at the center of your life. Your driving force should be your purpose, not the pursuit of a relationship. When men make relationships their primary focus, they often come across as needy rather than confident. Genuine attraction isn't about chasing, it's about being so focused on your own growth that others want to be part of your journey. Discovering what fuels you. Every man needs a purpose, something that gives his life direction and meaning. Whether it's mastering a craft, excelling in a career, launching a business, or making a difference in the world, your purpose is the anchor that keeps you steady through challenges. But waiting for purpose to reveal itself is a mistake. You must actively create it. Start by reflecting on the things that inspire you. What natural talents or skills set you apart? Which activities give you a sense of fulfillment and drive? What problems do you feel compelled to solve? These questions provide the foundation for discovering your true path. Once you have clarity, fully commit to your mission and take daily steps toward your goals. Strength. First, relationships. Second, this mindset shift doesn't mean avoiding relationships. It means approaching them with confidence and self-respect. Imagine 2 types of men. 1. One man structures his entire existence around his relationship. He constantly texts, checks social media obsessively, and alters his plans to accommodate his partner. 2. Another man remains focused on his ambitions. He invests in his personal growth, pursues his goals relentlessly, and maintains a balanced approach to relationships. The second man naturally earns more respect and admiration because his life isn't dependent on external validation. When you build something meaningful, relationships become an enhancement, not a necessity. Why purpose makes you more attractive? A man who is deeply invested in his mission gains qualities that naturally draw people toward him. Confidence without arrogance. He doesn't need constant approval because he's already fulfilled. A strong presence. His passion and ambition make him stand out effortlessly. Higher perceived value. Colleagues, friends, and potential partners recognize his drive and respect his time. Stay focused no matter the distractions. Pursuing your purpose won't always be easy. There will be people, whether friends, family, or romantic partners, who question your priorities or try to steer you off course. That's when discipline matters most. Establish non-negotiable priorities. Dedicate time to your goals and protect that time fiercely. Surround yourself with ambition. Connect with people who challenge you to improve rather than pull you into complacency. Eliminate unnecessary distractions. If someone constantly drains your energy or derails your focus, reevaluate their role in your life. Your legacy is built on your purpose. No relationship will ever provide the long-term fulfillment that a deep sense of purpose brings. The more effort you put into your own growth and achievements, the more naturally people will want to be part of your world. Instead of centering your life around relationships, pour your energy into building something extraordinary. When you do, everything else, including the right people, will follow. 7. The power of quiet influence. Leading without force. Most men misunderstand what it truly means to be dominant. Many assume it requires being loud, forceful, or constantly asserting control. However, real dominance isn't about demanding attention. It's about earning respect through quiet confidence and strong presence. The most influential men don't seek validation. They naturally attract authority by demonstrating competence, emotional intelligence, and unwavering self-assurance. Some believe that leadership means taking charge of every situation, making every decision, and constantly reminding others of their authority. But ask yourself this: do you respect someone who always needs to prove they're in control? Probably not. True influence doesn't come from forcing power. It comes from inspiring trust and commanding respect effortlessly. Owning your responsibilities, owning your influence. A strong man never shifts blame. Instead of making excuses, he takes full responsibility for his choices, his failures, and his successes. He understands that control over his life begins with his ability to own his decisions and adapt when necessary. This mindset builds deep respect because it signals strength, accountability, and reliability. Imagine a situation where a group is struggling to make a decision. Some people will sit back, avoiding responsibility, while others will try to control every detail. But the man who understands quiet dominance, he steps in with calm confidence and says, "Let's play to our strengths and divide the work effectively." He's not forcing control, he's leading with clarity and direction, mastering emotional intelligence. The key to influence. True leaders know that words aren't enough, they must also understand emotions. Many men create unnecessary conflict because they fail to recognize how people feel. A dominant man, however, reads the room, senses tension before it escalates, and navigates conversations with composure and intelligence. Consider a disagreement where one person starts getting defensive. An insecure man might argue louder, trying to assert dominance. But a man with quiet influence keeps his cool, acknowledges the emotions in the room, and steers the conversation toward a productive resolution. The ability to remain composed under pressure sets a leader apart from the rest. Decisiveness. The mark of a natural leader. People follow those who make confident choices. Indecision breeds uncertainty, and uncertainty weakens influence. A high-value man trusts his judgment. He gathers the necessary information, makes a firm decision, and moves forward without fear. If he's wrong, he adjusts and learns rather than hesitating or doubting himself. Think about a man who always avoids making decisions, constantly deferring to others. Over time, people stop looking to him for leadership. Now imagine another man who makes decisions, even small ones, with clarity and confidence. Over time, others start respecting him, trusting him, and seeking his guidance. Leadership begins with the courage to decide. Commanding presence without saying a word. Powerful. Men don't demand attention, they naturally draw it. Their body language, energy, and composure speak louder than words. When they walk into a room, they don't shrink into the background or fidget with nervous energy. Instead, they stand tall, move with purpose, and engage fully in every interaction. Imagine two men in a social setting. One looks down, fidgets, and hesitates before speaking. The other moves with confidence, holds strong eye contact, and listens before he talks. Who do you think people will gravitate toward? Presence isn't about volume, it's about self-assurance, becoming the man others, respect and trust. Mastering quiet dominance is not about overpowering, it's about influencing with certainty and calm authority. Start by leading in small ways, make decisions with confidence, engage with purpose, and eliminate nervous habits that undermine your presence. Over time, these small changes will make a massive difference in how others perceive and respect you. In the end, dominance is not about control, it's about influence. And influence isn't given, it's earned. When you develop this kind of presence, people won't just respect you, they'll depend on you, trust your leadership, and naturally follow your lead without you ever needing to ask. 8. Mastering the art of powerful communication. Some men believe that talking more makes them appear confident, but the opposite is true. The men who command the most respect aren't the ones who dominate conversations. They're the ones who speak with intention. Every word they say carries meaning, and because they don't waste words, people naturally listen when they speak. Unfortunately, many struggle with effective communication. They ramble, over-explain, or try too hard to sound impressive, often losing their audience in the process. A man of high value understands that less is more. Every word is an opportunity to lead, influence, and build trust. But how do you cultivate this skill? Speaking with purpose, not just to fill silence. Before you say anything, pause and think. What message do you want to convey? What impact do you want your words to have? Clarity in thought leads to clarity in speech. Those who speak with a clear purpose never feel the need to overcompensate with excessive words. Eliminate weak phrases from your vocabulary. Words like like, or you know, dilute your message and make you seem unsure. Instead, develop the habit of pausing when needed. Silence, when used correctly, adds weight to what you say. Commanding attention with your voice and presence. A man who truly holds power doesn't need to raise his voice to be heard. The way he speaks, steady, calm, and deliberate, creates a sense of authority. Lowering your tone slightly while maintaining clarity makes your voice more compelling and engaging. Beyond voice, body language plays a crucial role. Stand with confidence, maintain eye contact, and use purposeful gestures to reinforce your message. Nervous habits, like fidgeting or avoiding eye contact, undermine your presence. To improve, practice speaking in front of a mirror or record yourself. Are you speaking too fast? Are your gestures excessive? Refine your delivery until you exude calm confidence. Listening. The secret weapon of influence. Most people listen just to reply, but true leaders listen to understand. By focusing on the speaker, asking insightful questions, and making people feel heard, you earn their trust and respect. This skill not only improves conversations, but also helps you navigate conflicts effectively. Consider a heated debate. Many men would interrupt, raise their voices, or become defensive. A man with strong communication skills does the opposite. He listens patiently, acknowledges the other person's perspective, and then responds with thoughtful precision. This ability to stay composed earns him far more respect than aggression ever could. Speaking with clarity and authenticity. Effective communication isn't about sounding complex, it's about making yourself understood. Big words and technical jargon might seem impressive, but simplicity and clarity always win. Instead of aiming to impress, aim to connect. The strongest communicators make their messages easy to absorb and remember. Honesty is another key element. A high-value man speaks his truth. Even when it's uncomfortable, he doesn't sugarcoat or manipulate. He delivers his message with sincerity. People respect those whose words they can trust. Developing the habit of precision in speech. If you want to refine your ability to communicate powerfully, try this exercise. Take a complex topic and explain it in 2 minutes. Then simplify it and explain it again in 1 minute. Keep refining until you can deliver your message concisely without losing its impact. The ability to express ideas with precision is a rare and valuable skill. Mastering communication doesn't happen overnight, but it's worth the effort. When you learn to speak with confidence, clarity, and intention, people won't just hear you, they'll listen. And in a world where attention is power, that's an advantage no man should overlook. 9. Sharpen your emotional intelligence. How well do you truly understand the emotions of those around you? Can you sense tension in a room before a word is spoken? If you struggle to pick up on unspoken cues, you're operating at a disadvantage. Emotional intelligence isn't just about understanding feelings, it's about mastering them. In today's world, real strength doesn't come from physical power or the ability to dominate a conversation. It comes from the ability to read situations, manage emotions, and respond with intention. This skill influences everything from your personal relationships to your professional success. And here's the truth. Women are naturally drawn to men with emotional intelligence because it signals confidence, self-control, and maturity. Start with self-awareness. Before you can understand others, you need to understand yourself. How do you react under stress? Do you become defensive when criticized? Do you shut down when things don't go your way? The more you recognize your emotional patterns, the more control you have over them. One way to develop self-awareness is by reflecting on your reactions. Instead of justifying your emotions, analyze them. When something upsets you, ask yourself, why did this bother me? Is this reaction helping or hurting me? By examining your triggers, you take the first step toward mastering them. Cultivate the power of empathy. Empathy is what separates socially skilled individuals from those who struggle in relationships. It's the ability to put yourself in someone else's shoes and understand their emotions without judgment. This doesn't mean you need to agree with everyone, but it does mean you recognize where they're coming from. The next time you find yourself in a disagreement, take a moment to shift perspectives. Instead of immediately reacting, ask yourself, what might they be feeling? What's driving their behavior? A small adjustment in how you listen can turn potential conflict into understanding and connection. Mastering emotional control. High value. Men do not allow emotions to dictate their decisions. They don't lash out in anger, sulk in frustration, or make impulsive choices based on fleeting feelings. Instead, they regulate their emotions and respond rather than react. A simple technique to build emotional control is the 10-second rule. The next time you feel a surge of frustration or irritation, take a deep breath, count to 10, and reassess the situation. This brief pause allows logic to override emotion, leading to better decisions. Developing social intelligence. Your ability to connect with people is a direct reflection of your emotional intelligence. Can you hold engaging conversations? Can you read body language and adjust your approach accordingly? If social skills aren't your strong suit, the good news is they can be developed. Start small, engage in casual conversations with strangers, compliment a colleague, or simply observe social interactions. The more you practice, the more natural it becomes. People are drawn to those who make them feel seen, heard, and understood. Emotions, a tool, not a weakness. Mastering emotional intelligence doesn't mean suppressing your emotions. It means using them strategically, understanding them, managing them, and leveraging them to strengthen your relationships and decision-making. As you refine this skill, you'll notice a shift. Conversations will flow more naturally, conflicts will be easier to navigate, and people will begin to see you as someone who carries a quiet, unshakable strength. Emotional intelligence is one of the most powerful assets a man can develop, and those who hone it will always stand out. 10. Take command of your financial future. Let's be honest, most men struggle with money not because they lack the ability to earn, but because they fail to manage it wisely. Financial success isn't just about making more, it's about controlling what you have. When you master your finances, you gain something far more valuable than wealth: freedom. The freedom to walk away from toxic situations, to make choices on your terms, and to build the life you want without relying on anyone else. Understand where your money goes. You can't fix what you don't track. Most men have no clue where their money is actually going. They swipe their cards without thinking, then wonder why their bank account is always running low. Before you can build wealth, you need to know exactly how much you're spending and where it's going. For the next 30 days, track every expense, every coffee, every subscription, every unnecessary splurge. Use an app or a simple spreadsheet. Then, at the end of the month, analyze your spending. Ask yourself, is this aligned with my financial goals? Budgeting, control, not restriction. A budget isn't about depriving yourself. It's about directing your money with purpose. Instead of wondering where your paycheck disappeared, you'll be in control. Divide your income into 4 main categories. Essentials: rent, food, bills. Savings: at least 20% of your income. Investments: building wealth for the future. Discretionary spending: entertainment, travel, non-essentials. Stick to this plan, and money will start working for you instead of disappearing on things you don't even remember buying. Save first, spend later. Most people save whatever's left after spending, but that's backward. High-value men save first and spend what's left. If saving 20% feels impossible, start with 10% and gradually increase it. The key is consistency. Automate your savings so you never even see that money. It goes directly into a separate account. Once you've built an emergency fund covering 3 to 6 months of living expenses, it's time to make your money work for you. Invest for long-term wealth. Too many men fall for get-rich-quick schemes, gambling on stocks, crypto, or risky business ventures. That's not investing, that's gambling. Real financial mastery comes from steady, intelligent investments like index funds, low risk, long-term growth; real estate, passive income and asset appreciation; starting your own business, investing in yourself. If you're new to investing, start by educating yourself. Read books, watch financial experts, and seek advice from those who have already built wealth. A man who understands money will never be at the mercy of someone else's financial decisions. Increase your earning potential. Saving and investing are critical, but let's not forget the most important factor: earning more. Wealthy men don't settle for stagnant paychecks. They constantly look for ways to increase their income, whether by negotiating raises, learning high-value skills, or launching side hustles. Your income is limited only by your skill set. Invest in yourself by taking courses, attending workshops, and developing skills that boost your value in the marketplace. The more you grow, the more you earn, and the more financial freedom you gain. Money is a tool, not the goal. At the end of the day, money isn't the destination. It's the vehicle that gets you where you want to go. It should serve you, not control you. When you master your finances, you gain control over your time, your choices, and your future. The sooner you start taking command of your money, the sooner you take command of your life. Wealth isn't about luck. It's about discipline, strategy, and action. Start today, and every decision you make will move you closer to financial freedom. 11. Build a physique that commands respect. Your body speaks before you ever say a word. It tells the world whether you're disciplined, resilient, and in control, or if you're weak, complacent, and undisciplined. A high-value man never allows his body to become a liability. He treats his fitness as a top priority because he knows physical dominance isn't about vanity, it's about power, performance, and presence. Strength over aesthetics. Forget chasing an unrealistic, magazine cover physique. Your goal isn't just to look good, it's to be strong, capable, and prepared for anything life throws your way. A well-built body isn't just about attraction, it's about confidence, energy, and the ability to protect yourself and those around you. Start by choosing a fitness routine you'll actually stick to. Whether it's weightlifting, martial arts, running, or calisthenics, the key is consistency. Aim for at least 3 to 4 challenging workouts per week and commit to them like you would any other important meeting. Fuel your body, don't poison it. No matter how much you train, you can't outwork a bad diet. If you're living off processed food, sugar, and alcohol, you're sabotaging your own strength. Eat like a man who values himself. Prioritize whole, nutrient-dense foods that fuel your body and sharpen your mind. Protein to build muscle and recover. Healthy fats for hormone balance and brain function. Complex carbs for sustained energy. Water, lots of it, to keep your body functioning at its peak. If you're unsure where to start, educate yourself. Learn the basics of nutrition, experiment with meal prepping, and cut out foods that drain your energy. The way you eat determines the way you perform, not just in the gym, but in life. Prioritize rest like an athlete. Most men think grinding 24/7 is the key to success, but without proper recovery, you're sabotaging your own progress. Sleep is when your muscles grow, your brain resets, and your body repairs itself. If you're running on 5 hours of sleep, chugging caffeine just to function, you're operating at half your potential. Set a strict bedtime, cut down on screens before bed, and aim for 7 to 8 hours of quality sleep. A well-rested man is sharper, stronger, and far more dominant than one who burns himself out. Track, improve, dominate. If you're not tracking your progress, you're guessing. Measure your strength, endurance, and physique regularly. Take photos, record your lifts, track your run times, whatever applies to your fitness goals. Seeing your progress in numbers will keep you motivated and committed. But remember, physical dominance isn't just about lifting weights or looking good in a mirror. It's about being ready for anything. Can you carry your injured friend to safety? Defend yourself if necessary? Keep up with your kids? If not, you're not as strong as you think. No more excuses, only action. Every excuse you make keeps you weak. Stop blaming genetics, time, or motivation. Get up, train hard, eat right, and take control. A man who masters his body masters his life, and when you step into a room, people will know immediately that you are not someone to be overlooked. 12. Become a man of mystery. Think about the last time you met someone who truly intrigued you. Was it because they told you their entire life story in the first 5 minutes? Probably not. The most captivating people aren't those who overshare. They're the ones who leave just enough unsaid to spark curiosity. If you want to stand out, it's time to stop being predictable and start mastering the art of mystery. Keep them guessing. Most men give away too much too soon. They feel the need to explain every thought, every plan, and every detail of their lives. But when you're too predictable, you become forgettable. Instead, learn to reveal things in layers. Let people discover you over time rather than handing them everything up front. Next time someone asks about your weekend, don't just say, "I went to the gym and watched TV." Instead, say something like, "I worked on something interesting," or "I had a challenge to overcome." These responses make people lean in and ask for more. Control what you share. In the age of social media, mystery is rare. Most men flood their feeds with every meal, every workout, and every thought. High-value men, however, do the opposite. They post selectively, keeping their audience intrigued. Instead of oversharing, be intentional. Share things that spark curiosity, build intrigue, or reinforce your personal brand. When people don't know every little detail about your life, they naturally wonder what you're up to. That's when you become unforgettable. Break your patterns. A mysterious man isn't just someone who withholds information. He's someone who keeps people on their toes. Unpredictability is powerful. If you always say yes to social plans, decline one now and then. If you always dress a certain way, switch it up. If you've never traveled, take a spontaneous trip. When people can't anticipate your next move, they stay intrigued. Depth creates mystery. The key to true mystery isn't playing games, it's having real substance. A mysterious man has layers. He's constantly learning, growing, and developing skills that set him apart. Take up a hobby that people wouldn't expect from you. Read books on topics no one assumes you'd be interested in. The more depth you have, the more fascinating you become. Make an impact without saying a word. At the end of the day, mystery isn't just about what you say, it's about how you carry yourself. Confidence, presence, and a sense of purpose make you naturally magnetic. If you've made it this far, you're already ahead of most men. The average guy will hear this advice and ignore it. But you're not average. You're here because you're ready to level up, to stop blending in, and to start commanding attention effortlessly. And if you're ready to take things to the next level, make sure to hit that subscribe button, because this journey isn't over, it's just beginning.